Hey, you! Go watch the teaser trailer for Merciless, a film made by good friends over at Fellowship Studios. And while you're at it, give them a subscribe so you don't miss the film when it comes out. Thank you. So, about a week ago, I decided to make a review of the biggest blockbuster of the summer, The Boss Baby, Family Business. Now, going into this film, I discerned expectation of what I thought the film was going to be. My expectation was I thought the film was going to be bad. I was expecting a film that I could rant about, make fun of, and just tear the whole thing to shreds. In almost every case, the sequel is inferior to the original, so I thought that a sequel to The Boss Baby, a film which I didn't think was very good, was going to have a pretty bad sequel. So I cautiously went on Peacock, clicked on my Ron Swanson avatar, and started The Boss Baby, Family Business. And an hour and 45 minutes later, I turned off the TV, and I thought to myself, I just really enjoyed that film. And I didn't enjoy it in a so bad it's good kind of way, like films like Birdemic and The Room. No, I genuinely think that The Boss Baby, Family Business, is a great film. Now, let me explain myself, because you probably think I'm a little bit crazy for thinking this, which I don't blame you. So if you don't know, the synopsis of the film is this. Now adults, Tim Templeton is a stay-at-home dad for two adorable daughters, while his estranged brother Ted is a big-shot CEO. They come together in an unexpected way when they take a magical formula that transforms them into babies for 48 hours. Joining forces with Tim's secret agent daughter, they must go undercover to prevent an evil genius from turning fellow toddlers into monstrous brats. Thank you, Google, for that wonderful description. Now, was a sequel to The Boss Baby really needed? No, probably not. But as a sequel that was pretty unnecessary, the film does make a great case on why it should exist. Turning the kid characters from the original into adults really helps the sequel stand out. It also really adds extra layers to our main characters. Well, I guess Ted doesn't really change. He acted like an adult in the first film, so he's about the same. Alec Baldwin's still great, though. Tim, on the other hand, was a pretty bland character when he was a kid in the original. But as an adult, he is so much more interesting. I wouldn't call him relatable because I can't relate to him, because I'm not a dad. I'm 15 years old. That would be weird. I would definitely say he's a character you want to see succeed. I know I sure did. He's just a father trying to help his family. That's all. He's just really great and very entertaining. I also really like the new dynamic between Tim and Ted in this film, as they've both grown up, one focusing their life on money, and the other on family. It makes for a very nice dynamic between the two. The scene of them fighting over the shrinking formula was probably the most entertaining scene of the whole film, and the scene of them talking about life as they're about to die is one of the many times in this film that I teared up. Yes, you did hear me correctly. I did say that I cried during the Boss Baby Family Business. I didn't cry during Soul. I didn't cry during Luca. I think the only Pixar film I've actually cried at is Toy Story 3, but I cried here. I don't know, I guess some of the scenes in this film just struck an emotional chord with me or something. I don't know. There are just some nice, emotional, sweet scenes in this film that led to me crying a little bit. I wasn't crying a lot. I wasn't crying a river during this film. It's just that there are some nice scenes that just let me tear up a little bit. It was also a little late out, so I watched the film from like 10 to 11:30, so I was tired. That's my excuse. So I hope you guys don't think less of me for this. I wasn't going to say this, but I gotta be honest. I gotta be honest on the fact that I cried during this film. And also, I could put it in the thumbnail and get more people to watch, so it's a win-win. Okay, let's talk about some other characters, like the villain, Dr. Armstrong. I found him to be a far better villain than the one from the first film, mostly because it's Jeff Goldblum voicing him. Enough said. The character tries to start a baby revolution by turning the parents into zombies, which is a far better plan than the one from the first film, which is basically to replace all the babies with dogs, which has one teeny tiny flaw. It would result in the end of the human race. Bet you didn't think about that one, Francis. Anyway, Dr. Armstrong is definitely the funniest character in the film. The song he created about global warming was the only point in the film that I laughed out loud. Him being revealed as a baby sounds really stupid in concept, but I think it actually worked really well and made him more engaging than if he was just a middle-aged man trying to manipulate the minds of children. Good thing he was a baby, because this could have been a very different movie. He even had a pretty sympathetic backstory on being tested on as a child, then running away from home because he felt that he was smarter than his parents. At the end of the film, after he was defeated, he decides to go home and reunite with his parents, which is another scene that I may have teared up on at the end. Real men cry. Overall, really entertaining villain. Some other characters in the film are Tim's daughter Tina, a member of Baby Corp, who is a very fun character throughout, but isn't as big of a character as I thought she would be. She's a pretty big character in the beginning and the end of the film, but in the middle she kinda just disappears for the most part. The advertisements made her seem like a bigger character than she actually was, but for the time she was on screen, she was very entertaining. The other members of Tim's family, his other daughter and his wife, were also good characters, but were kind of generic. His wife was a generic wife, I guess, and his daughter Tabitha was a generic smart kid. However, one of the best parts of the film is the dynamic between Tabitha and her father, Tim, because it's just so nice. It's a classic parents sad their child is growing up story, a generic story maybe, but it's a story you just can't go wrong with. It's just so sweet to see him try to help his daughter succeed throughout the film, and the scene where he helped her prepare for her pageant by playing a song on the guitar may have also teared up during that one. When I die, I hope I'm not remembered as the guy that, when he was 15 years old, he cried during the sequel to The Boss Baby. That would suck. Anyway, in conclusion, if you go into this film looking for a thought-provoking piece of cinema like Soul, yeah, you're not getting that. But if you go into this film looking for a sweet, nice, well-executed family film that has a lot of heart and may or may not make you cry, then you're in luck. This is the film for you. Wow, I really wasn't expecting a good film here, but it goes to show, don't judge a book by its cover. Now I should go see what other people think of this film, and 47%? Really, Rotten Tomatoes? Well, they're the same people that gave the B movie a 49%, so what did I expect?